Action, it's so exciting, eh? My name's Dave from Edge Dynamics, welcome back. And today I'm going to do a torture test on something that I spend a lot of money on. So I'm a knife maker, I own a company called Edge Dynamics, we sharpen knives in the corporate space. But one of the things that any knife maker knows that your biggest cost is probably your abrasives. And one of the things I go through is a metric full of 115 cutting discs. And I recently was told, no, you must use a certain brand, I'm not going to say its name. But they're freaking expensive. And I was like, yeah, I go through about 100, 130, 150, 200 discs a month. And, you know, at 30, 40 bucks a disc, I just can't justify it. It's like really expensive. So I thought I would do a torture test between Ferd and Ruvach and see which one is going to be better. Ruvach's brought out a new disc. You'll see it. It hasn't got the full label on the back. It's got sort of a half-size label. Anyway, new magic stuff, whatever they've done. And I'm going to test the diameter of the leftover material on the disc. I'm going to test the time it takes to cut, how many cuts I do, and what it feels like. Because quite honestly, you know what, I torture test everything because I can break it in a heartbeat. This is a blacksmith shop and stuff goes wrong all the time. And I mean, I've gone through 4 vices, for heaven's sakes. I can break anything. So that's going to be the test I'm going to do today. We're going to do this in one long segment, so you can skip to the end if you get bored, whatever the case is. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff if you find any value in this. Aubrey's on the camera, so if it goes cattywampus, don't worry, it's his fault, not mine. And what I'm going to be cutting is a piece of mild steel. I've just cleaned a piece up over there, and it is, yeah, fancy vernier. It is, I don't want any inches, I can tell you that, unless you're in the States, it's 4 ounces. In which case, I don't have a clue what it is in. Okay, so it's 12.5 mils, and it is really long, or really wide. It is 100 mils wide. Mild steel, the other piece has been cleaned up, I've made lines on it, you'll see to cut. And let's get into it, because at the end of the day, this is a channel that's about showing you how to do it. And if you've got any tips or suggestions, please feel free to tell me, because I know squat anyway, so I might be doing it all wrong. But the idea is to save you money, because it doesn't grow on trees. So let's see, let's get on with it. Right, Aubrey's going to wiggle cameras. Here's the discs we're going to be using. 1 Ferd disc and 1 Ruvach disc, these ones. And we're going to be cutting through this, and I hope it's nice and stable. And remember here, it's safety 31st. Safety gear does count. In which case, I might need a glove. In which case, I'll use that one. Hi-ho. Right, let's get into it. Hi-ho. So we'll start with a Ferd disc, 115 millimeters. 1 millimeter thick. Yep. And I'm on a 900 watt little 115 grinder. Okay. Always like to see that I've tightened it correctly. Okay. It begins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by making a couple of lines up and down here, just so I have a cutting line. And then I'll come in at the 45 and just let the grinder do the work going down. I'm going to try and keep the grinder with an even pressure. You'll hear it if I'm not. And hopefully, you know, I'm human. This is not a science lab. It's a blacksmith's workshop, so I'll do the best I can. But let's get an idea of, you know, whether we're paying too much or whether we've got good value for money. Let's go. That's one. That's two. Doesn't vibrate much, no. Right. I'm taking a moment just to get my hands back with feeling. That's performing pretty damn well, eh? Also, not too much fraying around the edges, not bouncing, pretty good. Let's keep going. Fogging up a bit there. Really not liking that. Okay. Three. So I'm coming down to sort of where the body of my grinder is going to start catching material if I haven't got space to cut between the two. But let's keep going. Last one. Let's see if we've got another one. Okay. I think we can safely say we've taken that to its no longer with us. It passed away. But yeah, so 4 cuts. Really started to bounce and to clog up and everything else. Almost found like it had to break the material on the edges on occasion. It had to sort of, yeah, it felt like it was just sort of becoming gummy around the end. So yeah, let's switch over. There's no vibration, nothing at all. It's lovely. Oh, that's not hot at all. Yeah, there. Whew. All right. Now, Ruvach's new disc. Oh, it's nice and warm here if you want. Okay. What I am going to do is just get myself another glove. You focus there, I'll find a glove. Back with you in a mo. Right. Up. Okay. Let's do this thing. Right, Ruvach, new disc. Sorry, I almost feel like I'm not having as much control. I also feel like the steel's getting a hell of a lot hotter here, and so I want to make it fair. So I can use cold, mild steel on both of them. So we're on one, but let me get more control. performing nicely. Cool. So these are like for like so far. Let's have a gander, shall we? Oh! Next time, remind me to do another type of torture test. Maybe something with cotton wool. All right. So 4 cuts. Let's take a look at this. So, surface diameter of the third versus the Ruvach. Right. And 0. Right, on the Ruvach disc we are at, my hands are numb, Aubrey, my hands are numb. 88. And on the third, 79. There is 10% more disc left with the Ruvach disc. So if I come to this, let's have a look, see. Again, he's going to move around. So on the diameter, the third was 78.7. 78.7 and was 88.91. 88, I think, or just go 88. Time, you'll have to look on the video lapses, but I'll try and fill it in just now. Cuts, 4 and 4. Feel, the third started off a little smoother and then just sort of clogged up on these edges. Here's another interesting one. If you have a look at the third edges here, I don't know if you can get a close up there, but also nice and smooth. But the Ruvach feels like it has a better cutting surface, if that makes any sense. This feels almost like it's just going to spin in the steel. From a feel perspective, out of 5 on the Dave scale of idiosity, I'd go third, 4.5, and Ruvach 4.2. It's that close. I just didn't like how the third was sort of bouncing around after that second or third cut was really uncomfortable to keep a control. So that's the only other variable. And I've got a funny feeling we're going to find they're going to be similar. So which is worth 40 Rand and which is worth 10 Rand, which in dollars is 12 ounces and 4 yards? Yeah, you do the math. Thanks. Join us next time.